Welcome to the International Student Podcast by Prodigy Finance, your one-stop shop for all things finance and study abroad. We're here to transform your future one financial step at a time. Join us as we dive into the world of student finance, career advice, and inspiring stories from our global community. Let's unlock your potential together. Today, I am delighted to invite Prachi to the show. Thank you so much for joining us, Prachi. Prachi is an MBA graduate and she is now working at one of the top tech companies in the USA. Welcome, Prachi.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm glad to be on this platform and talking about my journey. Thank you so much.
Prachi, let's get started. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So, hello, everybody. My name is Prachi Mahapatra. Currently, I'm working as a product manager in Cisco in cybersecurity. I've grown from a small girl to a big woman now, where I am working towards a very different innovative ideas and trying to connect or solve a lot of problems together collaboratively with my team. I come from a small background from Orissa. I have my father works in defense, so I have been to multiple places, and that gives me a leverage to connect and mingle with different kind of variety of people. I started my career in Amazon, and then I moved to Cisco as played multiple roles. And finally, I came to US to do my master's, which was one of the toughest, hardest, risk-taking thing that I have done. It takes a lot of time and effort to prepare, to come, and the financial burden that you have, or any student from a humble background will have. And finally, I feel that I have arrived. The journey still continues, but I think has been a great journey for me. And I would love to share my views, the way I have experienced it, the problems that I have had, and how I solved those towards it with you guys.
So let's start at the beginning of your journey. What were you doing before your master's?
So before my master's, I was a business analyst. I was working towards solving business problems and having more of a data oriented role. I was able to understand all those time series analysis. I would help teams to figure out what next business going to look like. These were the kind of work that I was doing. And it was always exciting. I have more a data mindset, and because of world without data does not exist now. And because of that data, I was able to solve a lot of problems.
At which point did you decide to do your master's? What inspired you to do your master's?
So I felt that I need to be expert in my field, and I wanted to pursue a career where I have a lot of subject matter expertise in a particular field. And business analytics, data analytics seems like something which I really wanted to pursue. I applied for various universities. It was 14th of February when I got my first letter, which was a very special day, which is recently we
14th of February. A love letter.
yeah, offer letter or love letter. It was an amazing day. So I received an offer letter. I was very nervous with the interview process for the universities, but I'm glad that I was able to crack that interview and get into a university. My university is UTA, and I'm really happy that I get that. So yeah, that's been said. Then I came to do my master's. It was not an easy task at all. You have to, even if you succeed with all your qualifications. I had 5 years of experience at that time in some company like Amazon, which was one of the which was and still one of the biggest MNCs. So still with that and everything, I had one major issue: how do I show financials? And that time I continued to connect with multiple organizations to figure out, can they do give any can I show any collaterals and get some loans? And nothing was working out. One fine day when I was looking through a lot of channels, where can I research more about it, I got to know more about Prodigy. One of my friends told me about it, and they helped me to fill out the form. And within next 10 to 15 days, I had that paper in my hand. And I can't tell you, somebody who does not have any background, no family, no friends who have gone there or have experienced something like this or coming from such background, very little scope or experience I had to guide. And the Prodigy Finance was something which helped to solve a big problem what I was facing. So, and then I came to US, and there's a very interesting story. I don't know if everybody has felt it or not, but my first friends were from Prodigy Finance. And how that had happened is when we went, there was a induction call that happens with every student, but Prodigy took an initiative to connect all the Prodigy students to each other from a particular university. We all connected so well that now one of my friend who also who also had help from Prodigy Finance, he is getting married, and another person is about to get married.
Congrats.
Yes, and we are lifelong friends. I mean, those connects were so special. This will never go, no matter how much old you are. So it is a very special moment for me that somebody from a financial institution take an extra initiative to connect to students. And students are very vulnerable when they come to US. They are missing family. They don't know the environment. And slowly, you're trying to learn each other, leap onto each other. Slowly, then you understand how things are actually happening.
I feel so honored now that we were part of your journey and that, when you speak, it's like we're more than just a loan service provider. We
Yes.
connect people. What were some of the other challenges beyond financial? Were there other challenges that you experienced doing your master's abroad? Tell us about that and tell us about how you overcame those challenges.
So the one of the biggest challenge you have is that you're back to studies. The way if you are working and then you're back to studies, you actually lose the touch. To initiate or kickstart that, you need some kind of push. And then that's the whole lot of emotional part that you're going through. I remember that there has been days where we have to study so much that we don't have time to cook. And in US, you have to learn to cook. I'm still learning, but there is something that you have to learn to cook. You are not aware of where is the restaurant, how can you have a food, how the dollar conversion happens. So from India, it is a very big challenge to even understand. I was not able to relate to convert any money. And and I was trying to find if is it so cheap or is it really costly. I paid $30 for uh, a palm-sized pizza, and I was yes, I thought it's $30 is 30 rupees, or maybe I haven't done that kind of conversion. Somebody told
Yeah.
me don't convert directly.
Don't convert. Yeah. But
Yes,
it's so hard to not convert.
yes. If you convert, then you will never have anything. But
Exactly.
if you don't convert, then only you can attempt to do something. But eventually, you don't know how. So somebody needs to tell you that this is your parameters to have anything. This is too costly or this is too cheap. So slowly, within 1.5 years, I try to get that mind at myself that, okay, this is cheap or this is costlier. So apart, and this was something very different. And then you are studying, you are doing your extracurricular activities, you are cleaning yourself, you are maintaining everything yourself. So head to toe, you are your own person. Like earlier in my family, I used to be a part of the family and do some kind of work. But
Yeah.
here, everything from head to toe, you have to do. I remember when we got our hostels, we need to buy our bed. So everybody used to have their own mattresses, and that's it. So own mattresses, one mattress, and you have to sleep on it and figure out all your work and study there, everything there. But universities are great. So they really helped us out. In COVID, they really helped out when there was no food, there was no electricity. Water was something which was really difficult to get at that time. And slowly, things got better. But I can't tell you how we survived within that COVID time. And there was a snow time where it was snowing everybody, and Texas was not ready for a snow. So these were the main troubles which happened. And to top it all up, you don't see your parents, you can't touch your parents, you can't feel your parents. That is something I have seen. There are students who have gone back because the emotional baggage is so
Yeah.
much, can't resist sometimes. So you really need a very strong heart to survive.
This is actually really such a great call out, and one that I don't think we speak enough about. I mean, studying abroad is so rewarding, but it also comes with its challenges. Comes with being away from your family, being away from your friends, being away from the little comforts. Would you say, with all of those challenges and all of those experiences, would you still say that studying your master's abroad was worth it?
It is worth it. If you can put your soul to it, it's definitely worth it. I can't tell you how many opportunities that I got studying abroad got me, and it broadened my mind. When we meet different variety of nationality of people, you understand at a global level how can you grow, how can you change, and how can you make an impact. So that's what difference happens when you study abroad. I was able to connect and get mentors from various different fields who will continuously help me to grow in my career, and I can't even tell you that there are people in my network who helps me in having lifelong lessons. They're not only connected through growth strategy or for career leading, they also help me to understand how life is going to be and how can you be better prepared for it.
Global mind, global connections, and networking. I guess that's the intangible part of studying abroad.
Yes.
Yes, there is that boost in your career, but those intangible things like networking and friendships and opportunities. You mentioned you go to, or you graduated from UTA.
Yes.
Why did you choose UTA specifically?
So UTA is a public college and it gives a wide variety of courses that I wanted to pursue. Yeah, it's a amalgamation of both business and technical. You are learning your Python and coding skills, and you are engaging into more business conversational. There are courses which also enhances your emotional empathy or being emotionally intelligent. So as a leader, it's a combination of all of these categories together, bundled up and presented to a student to learn from. One day, one class, you are writing all coding and trying to figure out how to crack a one single problem, and second flip, you are in a you are in a sorry you are in a class where you are presenting to 40 other people how to solve a business problem. So that is a very different aspect which I haven't had before, and that gave me, doing masters in business analytics gave me that.
Your choice of school and course, how has that led you to what you're doing right now?
So, because I took those actions and I was proactive, and I had amazing friends who were always exciting to work with, we worked on different projects, real life projects. I was able to, I, I, I shouldn't say this or not. I was able to crack 6 jobs after my graduation. My
Wow.
birthday,
You should say that. I mean, that is such a big deal.
thank you so much. So my birthday is 6th of November, and I thought that that is a good. I'm a goal-oriented person. I
Okay.
reward myself when I get something as a goal, and when I thought that okay, I will reward myself when I have 6 job at my hand. So by after graduation, within a month, I was able to crack 6 jobs, and that was the really happiest moment of my life. I chose
Well, I
one.
mean, considering you also were studying during COVID,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
after COVID, the job market was the toughest to get.
Toughest that you can be.
You go, girl.
Thank you so much. And this all didn't happen within a day. It happened every day. The moment I landed here, I applied for internship. I interviewed for internship, and that didn't happen. So even if you are selected, sometimes the doesn't come. And you continuously try. You are continuously preparing. You are always having that one extra step. And because of those hard work, those are definitely going to pay you one single day. You might not figure out at that right moment, but it continuously helps you grow. I'm connected with my professor till today who have helped me. I know that I have cried when I didn't score well. It was a tougher subject. And I went to my professor saying that marks are so low, I'm going to pass or not pass. And my professor's like, you will figure it out, not
Yeah.
to worry about it. And because of a good environment, you are kind of not absolutely worried, but you feel that you are a warrior, you can fight for it.
That is really amazing. I mean, when I speak to students who have graduated, a lot of them are struggling to find work. On that note, Prashi, do you have any advice for international students who have graduated, but they are struggling to find work?
I will say networking is one thing which you all should do. And networking doesn't mean that you go to somebody and say that, oh, I'm interested in a position. Would you be able to? Networking means when you listen to somebody's what work they are doing and taking interest in that,
Yeah.
connecting with that person, saying that I have worked in similar way. Recently, I've met somebody who actually got a job through networking, and now that person is working at a multinational company. So when a recruiter or anybody from an industry is having a conversation with you, they are really interested in what can you bring onto the table. And that has really helped me out. And there are various conferences that happen like SWE, NSB, and Women in Cybersecurity. I'm a member. I'm going this year also. I'm glad that I got this opportunity, which is going to happen in April. My purpose is to meet industry leaders, but because of these conferences, you understand what current industry is requesting from the next talent. So, having this kind of perspective, you will be able to connect with those recruiters and you can say that you have got a different experience than others and you will shine out and you will get love.
Great. So we should just put ourselves out there, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, yes. Put yours out there, connect with industry leaders. They are the one who are guiding you. They are the one who will going to refer you. There are people who have referred me. There are people who liked my resume in some kind of conference and reached out to me. I got one of my jobs through a national NSB, National Society of Black Engineers. So they are the one who are looking for the talent and you are at the right position at the right time. And it takes ages. Trust me,
Yeah.
there was one amazing story. This is one thing that I always remember. I was preparing for an interview. It is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A panel of 7 hours in between, with little bit of break, and there are 4 to 5 in every 1.5 hours. So I didn't have time to drink water. I asked my to be fiance that time to give me something to drink. He was working and he just passed on an old coffee of yesterday, which was there somewhere in my table, and I just drank that and continued to interview. So that's what it takes to get a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Less food, more concentration, or sometimes old food also. So be prepared.
Old food and old coffee.
Oh, or coffee. Forget food, coffee, something to drink also. So that's what it takes. Be always excited and proactive, and that's what will lead you towards your next journey.
Well, that's some great advice coming from someone with such a great, job and a role right now. You're product manager at one of USA's biggest tech companies. I think that's such a big deal. How how's your experience been as a female working in this industry?
Well, at least in my career, I have never felt there is a female portion to it, but I have seen females or women getting developments in their career. So when I initially started, I have seen that my immediate leaders were females, but at the panel of and as a at an executive level, I will see only less female. It could be 1:9 ratio. But throughout my career, I have had opportunity to connect with amazing female leadership. Or I don't even want to say leadership. I want to say leaders. I was attending Women's Day and in my organization, and there was a amazing personality who came. We were celebrating womanhood, and the comment that she gave was, "I don't even want to celebrate it. We should be not be in a position to proactively promoting it. We should be a
Yeah.
position which is very normal." And
Yeah.
I just plunged onto that and make sure that wherever I am, it is not a woman or a men conversation. It is an equal opportunity conversation.
Absolutely.
So I see that as a woman, you continues to tell yourself, and society is also aggressively growing towards equality. They are not targeting any one category. You got the talent, and what happens in big multinational companies are there is absolutely no salary pay parity. Absolutely salary pay parity. Everybody has equal salary. It's
Salary.
all basis of your talent. So I'm really pro towards it.
Mm.
Eventually, as a society, we need to grow together, and women needs to be cautious about it. That it is your own sweat and blood. Ask for your rights even if somebody is trying not to give it. Usually it doesn't happen. At least with me, it never happened. And I've been always rewarded for my hard work. So I'll say to all of those women, continues to move towards everybody is growing. Yes, at grassroots level, we continue to work at your home, work at your workplace, but you continue to.
I'm so happy to hear that there is progress, and that we at that stage where we don't even see that kind of gender inequality. So, Prachi, 2 days ago, my colleague, I was busy and I kept getting these huddle requests on Slack. I was like, what is the emergency? And when we eventually connected, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share. Prachi's article went viral. And talk to us about that. How do you feel about going viral in India? I know she was telling me like how your family is so excited. Can you tell us a little bit about that interview and that impact of that it had on your family and your community?
Absolutely. So it is, I didn't know that this is going to be so big and a great opportunity. My father called. I sent him, it was day and night conversation. So here, day, there, night. And my father was, what is this? So I'm seeing your name and your journey and everything. So I was like, yes, Papa, they really liked it. And it is going on air also in some days. So my father was super excited. He said that I could never imagine somebody like so small, and so my sweet little daughter has made such a great mark in Odisha, in India. And he has always been proud of me, always been cheering for me. But seeing my picture on that newspaper, in that article, and finally on the news channel, we cried for half an hour. It was a super emotional moment. And my father is from defense. You don't see people from defense crying. They're super tight. They are
Yeah.
always confident. When you see father-daughter connection, it is a very different connection that you have. My mother couldn't even understand it something great happening. She was in a different zone. She was just making some midnight or night tea, I guess. And then she got excited and she started telling everybody. More than everybody else, somebody also figured out that something has happened and they started calling them. So it was such an overwhelming emotion for all of us that we wanted to share, but more than we share, people are sharing with us. So they were really proud about it. And my village people, they started sharing with each other like anything. My father started getting calls and they are asking for a party now. The,
Any reason to celebrate?
Yes, there is like, it's just not a one thank you that we are accepting. We need a very big blown out party. And they are super excited for it. They always support me. And they have never said that it's a boy or a girl thing. Equal. Nothing boy, nothing girl. It is always being equal. Never had any guardrails around me that this is your parameters. Sky high wherever you feel that high is. and that has led me to achieve what I can, a small way of achieving and exciting everybody. So that has been my experience.
Wow, you can be so proud of yourself, Prachi. I mean, I know we are here at Prodigy, and so is your family and your village and your community. So, yeah, well done. Before we wrap up, just, you just, I think just for our listeners, who are looking to go and study abroad and to make this big decision, with all its challenges, with all its research and talking to people, what would you say an a master's is worth it? You mentioned earlier on it was a big risk that you took. Would you recommend our listeners to just do it?
Yes, I will always suggest you to go higher in your studies, get subject matter expertise, because with this new modern era, you need to be updated with what's coming next. And when you do a master's in specialized fields, you are becoming a subject matter expertise in that field, and you are getting that extra leverage from other people who don't have that kind of experiences. Masters does not only make you study or just be bookish form, it gives you an experience also to solve bigger problems. With that, bigger opportunities comes to your way. So doing masters, I will suggest that everybody, whoever can, definitely should continue to or go in this path.
Thank you so much. So, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the International Student Podcast by Prodigy Finance. Remember that your future is within reach. With the right knowledge and support, you can achieve your dreams. If you are ready to take your next step, visit our website at to learn more about our funding options and to start your journey today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Until next time, keep learning, growing, and dreaming big.
Thank you. Thank you so much.